You can tell it's Thursday morning, that's for sure. 60 degrees. Time to wake up, everyone. Get up.
And let's get it cranking. Good morning. I'm Jamie Cooper. This is Athens in the AM, and the world's most fabulous cook couldn't be here today, so Zeke's filling in for him.
He rocked Saturday night.
I tell you what, we're going to talk about that. Don't forget steak night tonight, Highway 53, pizza in. What are you cooking today?
Desserts today. Cinnamon stromboli and some cherry and apple.
Yep. Join us today on the set. Bama Zack. Shut up, Huddleston.
Go Tigers.
Coach Jeff Pugh, East Limestone.
Roll
Jeff,
Tide.
take that loss, buddy.
I really hate it.
Yeah.
I really hate it.
Oh, man, we'll talk about that in just a little bit. We'll talk some Bama football. We'll talk some other things, too. I got to tell you, you outdid yourself Saturday night.
Appreciate that.
I mean,
Birthday.
of course, we had my 60th birthday party. We had a few folks over.
A few. About 125 people. Had to be
People
Gloria's
over.
friends.
They all like Gloria. That's why they came. They didn't come for James.
The food was fabulous, provided by pizza. Y'all need to get some catering done. Let us recommend Zeke right here. He does it perfectly.
Thank you.
And
He
those
was
burritos were smoking.
Mexican burritos.
They were good.
Thank you.
Man, they were.
I mean, delicious.
I can still taste them, man.
Woo! I stayed up till 2:30. Get out of here. You believe that? 2:30. That's what time I usually get up.
2:30.
That's right. We'll talk more about that later
And he
on. We
was
had a
able to
great
watch
time. My
himself
birthday.
today.
Thank all you couple hundred that showed up. Next time I'm going to start charging for parking. Zach said he couldn't even find a place to park.
Hey, if we just had that many viewers, we'd be okay, right?
Roll on by. I had more people at the house the other night to watch our show.
Hey, free food? Yeah, you know
Yeah,
they
that's
coming. That's how you
right.
gotta do
Free
it.
alcohol and free food. Anyway, I know you need to get cranking here. We'll check in with you in just a second. Let's go to the weather right now because it's picture perfect all week long. Probably a little bit on the warm side.
Oh, a lot on the warm side. About 90 degrees for your high today and plenty of sunshine. 60 degrees out there right now. Only 10% chance of those possible showers. That's a pop-up shower, but I don't think you're going to have to worry about that. Looks like Monday actually is the biggest chance for rain, which is 30%. So just 0% chance tomorrow and the next day. And what a beautiful weekend it's going to be. No rain to worry about. Get out and enjoy. And look at those lows in the 60s.
You know, I noticed last week when we did the Georgia-Clemson pick, everybody missed it.
Yeah, we all
Well, Georgia messed that up on themselves.
Well,
And I ain't taking that away from Clemson. Freaking Tajah Boyd.
Clemson's better than everybody thought.
they moved up to number 4 or 5, didn't
Yes, yes.
they? What about
Thankful.
that kid from Hueytown that Alabama and Auburn, everybody passed on? What did he miss? 2 passes the other night? Jameson Winston?
You heard what he said the other day, starting controversy. He said he always wanted to Alabama and Auburn recruit him, but he wanted to play for Texas. Said Matt Brown just didn't recruit him hard enough. They had his high school coach on yesterday. Said that they begged, they sent film. He wanted to go to Texas. Said Johnny Football, wanted to go to Texas. So Matt Brown must not be doing a good job with his quarterback evaluation.
I was going
I got a
through
question.
Yeah, go ahead.
How'd y'all let Winston get out of the state of Alabama and go to Florida State?
He wanted to play both sports, and Florida State.
Well, heck, I'd have let him play a little good as he looked. Florida State looked now. That's one team that was impressive. Of course, they didn't.
Plus, he'd be AJ's backup right
They didn't
now.
play
So.
But anyway, talking about a few things this morning. Jeff, you had to be, what do you tell your players after a game like that?
That's the worst part of all of it because we actually played hard, and to come up short right there at the end, they got the ball with like a minute 15 seconds left, and in the last drive we had them in 2 4th downs, and they converted on penalties. So they got down the field there at the end on our kids on 2 big penalties. One big interference penalty right then. They put them in field goal range. So, we were down early in the game and came back and fought to get back to even, and actually had the momentum at the end of the game. And I really wanted to go to overtime and thought we had. We punted them down deep, and just the penalties at the end of the game really hurt us.
You play Coleman.
Play Coleman this morning. Yeah.
How's that going to go?
Well, you never know. I told you our schedule. If you think it gets any easier, we got Russellville next week. So,
All right, they got in a big fight over there the other night. That surprised you?
Well, I'm not going to comment on whether it surprised me or not, but I know that's got to be a distraction for them this week. It was a terrible incident for high school football. because it's been all over the TV network, it's been all over CNN, it's went national, and for Alabama high school football, that's a bad incident. You would like to think that your coaches can control themselves at the end of the game.
Have you
like
ever
that.
wanted to slap the other coach?
Of course.
Well, the way I saw it on the video, it was the
Well, at least you're honest about
It
it.
was the Coleman coach's fault because he kept provoking that, and I probably would have done the same thing.
All right, Zach, what you got?
Tempers.
Well,
Tempers.
Well, look
If
at
you
who
keep
comes
talking, I might
struggling in
just-
6:05.
Coach Legg's got to play tonight. He got a long day ahead of him.
Yeah, we got a game tonight. But
He's
first
busy.
off,
He's
first off, I
busy.
want to say
Coach
my Aunt Judy, that we found out this week she's got cancer, and she's the one who just recently lost her husband. So please keep her in your prayers. They got to try to get her in the cancer center. And Jeff just told me his grandmother doesn't have much more time, so please keep the Pugh family, keep them all in your prayers. Yard sale, Mama's had a yard sale Friday and Saturday, 103 Hammond Street. Got to throw the yard sale in.
All right, Zach, we're going to have to start charging now. I mean,
I'll give you
we need to
50
start getting
cents.
the
I'll give you 50 cents
Keep
for
it
it.
down there, the IRS is going to come up and find out how much money she's making off that
No.
stuff.
Hey, we had one a
Y'all
couple
pulling
weeks
a
ago
permit
at
on
my
that?
house. We pay. You have to pay
For a permit?
city.
permit. Yeah. So,
Well, you in the county, though.
well, I don't know if maybe we didn't have to in the county the other day. But
Yeah.
hey, we didn't sell enough the other day at my house to make
I
it.
think
You
you
can't,
just have to get a permit. There's no charge for it.
You can
Yeah,
no
we-
longer call Zach's yard sale. It's a flea market.
That's right, the flea market.
All right, Zach, what's your...
Okay, let's do a little high school football tonight. The Ardmore Tigers travel to play the Butler Rebels.
They going
1-0.
undefeated.
Coach Legg will go for his second win tonight. I'll let him talk more about the game here a little bit. Phillips at Decatur Heritage. Then tomorrow night you got West Point at Athens, Austin at Decatur, East Limestone at Coleman is what we just talked about, Brewer at Boaz, Clements at West Morgan. You got Elkmont at Colbert County, Hartsville at Lawrence County, Tanner at Red Bay, and West Limestone at Brooks. And Shoals Christian plays R.A. Hubbard, who got beat. That's what you had the other night, wasn't it?
Yeah,
Hatton
first time
beat.
in 35 years.
How about that Hatton beat? I bet they partied.
Never had beaten when they were Cortland. First time they'd ever beaten them.
I bet
I
they
had that.
partied. And I used to deliver sporting goods years ago to Hatton, and you blink your eyes, you're in and out of Hatton. So I know that town shut down probably. As far as Saturday, of course, we know our Alabama Crimson Tide doesn't play, so who cares about it?
Next week, that'll be the talk. That'll be the talk of the nation next week about Johnny
That's all we'll
football.
be talking about that all week. But you have
If you don't lose
Tennessee
this weekend.
playing Western Kentucky. They'll be an 11-20 game. They'll be the first game
Now, is that
Saturday.
a shoe-in that Tennessee can win that game?
I don't
No.
think it is, and that's what's. I forgot Bobby Petrino was coaching that stuff. I wouldn't have went for Kentucky last week. 'Cause
Bobby Petrino could be 2-0 at Western Kentucky.
he's got a motorcycle still, and probably another woman on the side. But he's got the team throwing good.
All right, what else, Zach?
The big game Saturday will be South Carolina at Georgia.
All right, let's talk about that, because last week my panel experts and every one of y'all missed it. I don't even know if I picked or not. Let's pick the South Carolina-Georgia game right now.
South Carolina.
It's at Georgia. I'm gonna have to go for Georgia.
I'm going South Carolina.
Upset at Georgia? I'm saying Georgia.
I'm South Carolina. Clint? South Carolina. Okay. All right, now, Georgia. And now the rest of Brad, what do you say?
50
He said
shots.
Georgia.
Georgia, okay. Well,
It's at Georgia, that's
Georgia's
fine.
done. They're toast.
If they
And
lose
then
this
they got to
weekend-
play LSU.
If they lose this weekend, Mark Rick might be get ready to pack up the
Why is
bags.
LSU all of a sudden back to top 10?
Because the offense looked good, and everybody thought we was rebuilding on defense. And
So
on
your
defense,
prediction is it's going to be another shootout in
It's gonna come down
Tuscaloosa.
now. If it depends on that game.
Don't drive through my
Depends
yard
on that
getting
game
it.
next week with Alabama against Texas A&M. If Texas A&M wins, that and I hope God, I please Jesus don't let Texas A&M. I cannot have Johnny Manziel whole rest of the 8 weeks going on about LSU.
What's the line going to be on that, Coach?
It's going to be close.
Alabama will be favored probably less than a touchdown.
You think it'll be that small of a margin?
Yeah. Yeah, if you go a touchdown or over, everybody's going to bet on Texas A&M.
Yeah.
All right, Zach, what else?
Well, talking about Donnie's LSU Tigers, they play the UAB Blazers, and y'all know all about UAB.
You know what
don't
happened
you?
last time with Nick Saban? We lost.
Yeah,
UAB.
so ESPNU at 6 o'clock, but that's a night game. The Cajuns will be drinking all day long, so it'll be a wild place.
It'll be a wild place here, too.
For Brad, the Auburn Tigers will be playing Arkansas State. So
I'm going to
Gus
pick it up
Malzahn-
and say it, Arkansas State over
Gus
Auburn.
Malzahn, his ex-players will be fired up ready for him. So that's the FSC.
Hey, you know they rolled too much corner.
Yeah, with the wire. Yeah.
Yeah, they had to have something down there to do. So they.
Hey, I missed that game too.
Auburn family's the Auburn family. Even if we don't have the trees, we kill keeping the tradition alive. There's a shot of it out of the paper this morning.
I'm glad they won.
Yeah, I am too.
Tonight you got the NFL starts up tonight. You
Keith
got
Urban starts at 6:30.
Keith
Ooh, that
6:30, then
What is that on NBC?
7:30. I'll be over at Butler Ardmore game, but you'll have the Baltimore Ravens and the Denver Broncos.
How was your
rematch.
first game, Zach? What did you do last week?
I kind of was like guess I was a video guy for Coach Legg. I kind of helped out with some.
Speaking of that, well, I know you got a big watch on there, Zach.
Yeah.
Have you heard about the newest thing? Samsung?
Kind of neat.
Your phone is going to be on your watch now. And you're going to be able to take pictures and everything.
That's
With your
crazy.
wrist,
cool.
huh?
That's crazy.
Cool though.
Yeah.
How much them things cost, Jamie?
Samsung is I'm telling you.
Zach, it's no amount of money you can't afford.
Hey, there is.
Yeah,
too.
with all the rummage sales you have,
You
Bachelor,
have a
yeah.
girlfriend.
You can run in a
Glory, just because I don't have a girl don't mean I have money. I
You're
promise.
running a junk empire on the side. Oh wait a minute.
Just
Excuse me, Zach.
Just start calling it Sanford
that's who it
Sun.
is, Fred Sanford.
If y'all had Brad had the Sanford Sun background, that could be me.
Hey, think about those watches in school. How you gonna police that in school? They'll be taking pictures of tests right and left.
Yep.
They have all their notes right there, scratch their phone. So yeah, teachers gonna have a harder time watching.
Yeah, I didn't think about that, but
Yeah,
I guess that would be.
Did they say how much those are though, Jamie?
I didn't pay attention to it.
I might be able to go back
Probably
to
already
school.
ordered
They're
one.
probably not gonna be cheap. So
My doctor.
She's probably already ordered one.
Yeah, think
Well,
all
what
the
else,
pictures
guys?
gonna be taken away.
well, like I say, we was talking about rematch of the ASC championship game night, Baltimore and Denver. That'd be a good one. So you also have Tennessee Titans and the Pittsburgh Steelers. They'll be on, of course, all the Titans games are on TV, so you'll have them. Chance Warmack, watch that guy. He is going to make a difference in Tennessee
You ain't
Titans
even
this
mentioned the
year.
guy we stole yesterday from Donnie's hometown.
Oh, yeah.
I don't think
we
he
probably got the guy, and Coach Legg and Coach Pugh will agree, the number one
You don't know that
guy
they will.
on our list. That's who we wanted more than anybody.
No,
Cameron
y'all
Robinson.
want Fortnite. Y'all want Fortnite, but I
No,
don't think.
hey, we got running backs, Donnie.
You ain't got a running back like this guy. I'm telling you, dude.
But this
Well, you
guy-
ain't necessarily got him yet.
Oh, it's 90. It's about 90.
Oh, yeah.
Only way we're gonna lose him is if Alabama comes up with more money than us.
You
That
usually
ain't gonna happen.
don't. You usually don't project an offensive lineman to start immediately as a freshman, but supposedly he's coming in December. If Cyrus Quanjo leaves, Cyrus Quanjo needs to play better than he did last Saturday night.
Get on him, Zach.
But if he leaves, this guy could immediately walk right in
Oh, yeah.
in the
He
spring
can. He's a
and
hoss,
get the
too.
job. So he's that good.
And
Let
they
me do it,
moved
dear
him.
Jamie, before we take a break this
Go
morning.
ahead.
I'm appalled. Well, this is actually Dear Abby this morning, so I'll good here. And Frank, you might want to harp in on this. I'm appalled at older workers who hang on to their jobs so they can live their lavish lifestyles, while young workers trying to support families are left with lack of advancement or even laid off because they don't have tenure. I'm a single mom. When my sons are out of college, I have to take a less stressful job so a younger person can have my job. I'm so tired of the me attitude of our society now, especially the older people hanging on to the job.
Are you kidding me?
No, I'm not kidding. I said Dear Abby this morning. Hey!
She's a little bit me.
Is that saying you need to retire,
That's
Jerry?
what I'm thinking here. Frank, what do you think?
That's what Gloria's mad about. That was Gloria
You
right
tell
there
me
waiting on you to
because-
retire so you can take your spot.
Because people hang on to their
Signed
jobs.
Gloria
It's fault.
Cooper.
Hey, whose fault is that? Shut up.
Hey, we don't have tenure. If the best man keeps his job, the rest of them
All
go
right,
home.
they're going to tell you they're going to let some 20-something-year-old take your job because you've been there too long?
Well, I hope so. I'm ready to go.
Yeah, come on. You want to come up, somebody want to come up here and do this?
If you want to keep your job, keep your job.
Yeah,
If you
me,
wanna
me, me.
leave,
Attitude.
leave.
A lot of people like to work, and they need to keep working just to finance everything. You're going to be coaching till you're 102, aren't you?
Well, I'll
No,
be
sir.
old one.
I mean, I say a lot. You see a lot of older people at Walmart working stuff. They work because they need the money. They gotta have a
Maybe
paycheck.
they want something to do.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
I've never
something
seen
to
it
do,
be a
they
me,
need
me,
money.
me attitude.
So I mean,
business.
these folks need to get over it. I mean,
Now this
hey,
show is me, me, me.
I'm
okay?
50 years old now, and I'm gonna be. I have to work a little bit
How old
longer
again,
too.
Zach, you say you were?
I'm 50.
Well, I'm 60, so
Okay,
join
I'm
the
not,
crowd.
I'm not up there.
I'm 40.
So.
You guys are all old.
All right, let's take our first break. Well, Zach is ready to eat some of Zeke's fine cooking over
Let's
there.
get Zeke out.
We'll talk with Coach Legg in just a little bit, too. We'll rejoin everybody. Scott, words of wisdom coming up shortly. Y'all hang on.